All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're going to be tackling something that's, well, let's be honest, it might not sound super exciting at first.
But it's actually way more interesting than most people realize.
I'm with you on that, and that's why we're here to change that perception. We're diving headfirst into the world of accounting.
The language of business.
Exactly. And don't worry, we're not going to bog you down with dry textbook stuff. We've got some really interesting sources that you all sent in, and we're going to unpack all the key ideas, make it relatable, and we'll hopefully have a little fun along the way.
Sounds good to me.
So, to kick things off, let's talk about what exactly accounting is and why it matters.
Well, at its heart, accounting is about telling the financial story of a business. It's like a detective novel, but instead of clues and suspects, we're dealing with numbers, transactions, and financial statements.
Okay, I like that analogy. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's take a quick trip back in time. One of the sources we received actually delves into the history of accounting, and it's pretty fascinating.
Yeah, it turns out that keeping track of money and transactions has been a thing for as long as, well, money and transactions have been a thing.
Like way, way back.
Way back, we're talking ancient Mesopotamia. They were using clay tablets to record business deals.
Clay tablets.
Yeah.
So even back then, people knew it was important to keep track of their finances.
Absolutely. And that need has just continued to evolve alongside civilization itself. I mean, think about it. We went from those clay tablets to, the invention of double entry bookkeeping during the Renaissance. That was a major turning point.
Right, and then all the way to the super sophisticated accounting software we have today. It's mind-boggling how much it's changed.
It has. But the cool thing is that the fundamental principles, the core of accounting, those have remained surprisingly consistent.
Okay, so let's break down those core components. Our source highlights four key elements. We've got recording transactions, summarizing the data, analyzing that information, and then reporting those findings.
And each of these steps it's essential to understanding the financial health of a business.
It's like building a house. You start with a solid foundation, right?
Exactly. Recording every transaction is like laying the foundation. You need to know where every brick and board is going. Then, summarizing the data helps you see the structure, the walls, the roof, the overall shape of the house.
And once you've got the structure in place, then you can analyze it, see if there are any weak spots, any areas that need reinforcement.
Right. Analysis helps you understand the why behind the numbers. It's like having an inspector come in and assess the integrity of the building.
And then finally, you present your findings in a clear, concise way. That's the reporting piece.
Like handing over the blueprints to the homeowner. It's got to be something they can understand and use to make informed decisions.
I'm really liking these analogies. It's making accounting seem much less intimidating.
Glad to hear it.
So let's move on to something that's, well, let's be honest, it can be a little intimidating. Financial statements.
Ah, yes, the infamous trio, the income statement, the balance sheet, and the cash flow statement.
Our source actually does a pretty good job of breaking them down, but it would be great to get your perspective on, what each one tells us about a business.
Sure thing. So let's start with the income statement. This one shows how much money a company made and spent over a specific period of time. It's like a report card for their profitability.
Makes sense. So if the income statement is all about profits, what does the balance sheet tell us?
The balance sheet is all about a company's financial position at a single point in time. It shows what a company owns, what it owes, and what's left over for the owners, the equity.
Okay, so it's kind of like a snapshot of their financial health. And lastly, we've got the cash flow statement.
Right, and this one tracks the movement of cash in and out of a business. It's about liquidity. Can they pay their bills? Can they invest in growth?
So even if a company is profitable, if their cash flow is messed up, they could be in trouble.
Exactly. That's why it's so important to look at all three statements together to get a complete picture of a company's financial situation.
This is all making a lot more sense now. And I think it's really valuable information for anyone, even if they're not running a business. I mean, these concepts can be applied to personal finances as well.
Absolutely. Understanding how to track your income, expenses, assets, and debts is essential for making informed financial decisions in your own life.
Speaking of different paths, our source also mentions some interesting career options within the accounting field. We've got certified public accountants, financial analysts, auditors, and tax consultants.
Yeah, the accounting world is full of diverse opportunities. You can specialize in taxes, auditing, forensic accounting, even environmental accounting.
That's so cool. So for anyone listening who might be interested in pursuing a career in accounting, what advice would you give them?
I'd say First and foremost, be curious. Ask questions, explore different areas within the field, and find what truly sparks your interest.
Great advice. And I think that curiosity is something we should all cultivate, regardless of our profession.
Absolutely. The more you understand about the world, the better equipped you are to navigate it successfully.
Well said. And with that, we've reached the end of our accounting deep dive. We've explored the history, the core principles, the financial statements, and even some career paths. Hopefully, we've shed some light on why accounting is often called the language of business.
And hopefully you've all gained some valuable insights that you can apply to your own financial lives.
Exactly. And as you go about your day, think about this. How can a deeper understanding of accounting empower you to make more informed financial decisions? It's something to ponder and maybe even explore further on your own. Until next time, keep those financial wheels turning.
And don't forget to balance your books.
See you all next time.
Bye.